Thought I'd give you a quick review on the Barwon Swag from Dune. I purchased this from Anaconda. I've had it for about 5 years, believe it or not, and it's served me well over those years. Now, to be honest, I paid about 50 bucks for this. That is a long story, maybe one that I'll save for another day, but I've been pretty happy with it overall. I've got a couple of small minor complaints about it, but overall it has served me well. Now, one of the things I do like about it, it is a quick, easy access. Now, because I like to have my swag on a stretcher, obviously the size is important. Now, this is a 80mm stretcher. Believe it or not, I'm a big bloke. It serves me well. I sleep in it quite comfortably. And this is a 90cm swag. So that's important because I like it to drape over the sides in case it does rain. Now, I have had this in the rain, had it in the ice, I've had it in the snow, and it served me well in all occasions. Big thing to do when you're out in a swag is make sure you've got ventilation. Now, I always leave each end open, slightly draped, so it's open at the top, so the airflow just basically, the theory is the airflow basically runs over the top of me from one end to the other and avoids any condensation in there. Now, one thing I don't like about this is it doesn't open on both sides. It hasn't been a big problem for me. On one side you can open the fly screen and get a bit of air in, but on the other side you can open the whole door to get in and out. So nice, quick, easy access. So it's got 2 zips, one for the fly screen and one for the door. And as you can see, side access. Now, if you're going to have a swag on a stretcher, you definitely need a side access swag. Now, this here, the material over the years has gotten a little bit stiff. I could probably give that a bit of a wash or put it through some water and soften it somehow. But to be honest, it's not really bothering me, so I don't have an issue with it. Size, for me, the 90cm width is more than sufficient. I said I'm a big bloke. It's no bigger than what I am. I can toss and turn in this quite comfortably and I don't have any problems. The bigger the swag, the more area you have to heat up, and you know, unless you're going to have a couple of people in there, to me it's not really worth it. So how do I sleep comfortably? Well, I've got my Dune Swag sleeping bag, so that's basically just a flannel sleeping bag. It's about you know, same size as the swag. I think it's about 90cm, so it gives you the full width, so it gives you plenty of room for tossing and turning and that sort of stuff. I've also got a woolen I've also got a woolen blanket on top of me because it does get quite cold out here. It's been 5 degrees. We've had ice on the swag some mornings as we're going through the Simpson Desert, and so, you know, warmth is obviously a major factor. I've had another mate who had the swag that closes up from on top, and he had a lot of problem with moisture and stuff in the swag. He really couldn't get good ventilation through it. So really happy with this one in that it's got good ventilation and you know, nice pockets, enough room for your little gear, you know, for your bits and pieces on the side, and plenty of room to sleep in, which is essentially what you're doing. Now, I have slept in this with it all open. It's great to be able to look up and see the stars and all that sort of stuff. And as you can see here, you know, I've got the flaps down on either end, so good ventilation through it and all. I really like that the both bars are the same size. I don't like how some alter the size one or the other, so that's just another little thing. You pull the bars out and you have to work out which one's which. So these are both the same, so nice, quick, easy access. Basically put the 2 bars at the end, clip those in, and put the bar through the middle to lift the roof off your head. And it's nice, quick and simple as that, really. It really is a pretty comfortable unit. I've also added a mattress topper, and that's really from when I was sleeping on this on the floor, and I just found it a lot more comfortable. Swag mattresses are never really that comfortable. I think it comes with like a 75mm mattress, so it's not a bad mattress. But if you're going to be sleeping on the floor, it's a little bit more comfortable. Probably don't need it on the stretcher, but I've got it there, so again, it just adds to the comfort. Rolls up nice and comfortably, so no problem. Underneath, I actually keep a blanket as well, because I always find it's got the PVC floor, but you always find you get a bit of moisture condensation underneath the mattress. What I find is by putting a blanket there, that can absorb that moisture, so it's a lot easier to take the blanket out than it is to take the mattress out. Essentially, when you would drive, you take the blanket out, throw it in the car, it's going to dry with the drive and the windows open and all that through the day. Stick it back in at the end of the night. So really comfortable setup, highly recommended on a Swag, but it doesn't have to be on a Swag. Look, there are better quality Swags out there, but if you're on a budget, this thing served me well for 5 years. I do a lot of camping and a lot of sleeping in this. I've had it, like I said, in all weather conditions, and it's always served me well. I don't get any condensation inside, or if I do, I get very little condensation inside. I always sleep comfortably, I always sleep warm, and what more can you ask from a Swag? Now, before I started this trip, I was contemplating upgrading my Swag, but the reality is, after 2 weeks in this again, don't have a great need, so I might upgrade my Swag in the future, just to get something newer and made a little bit better quality. But the truth is, I don't need to. It's a great quality Swag, and it's served me well for quite a number of years, and I reckon I can easily get another 10-20 years out of this. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you like this review. Hopefully you're into camping and forward driving and all things adventure. If you are, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and we'll see you all again, guys. Thank you. See you all soon.